Before we begin, a warning. This tale hands you an impossible choice, the lady or the tiger. Listen closely for the lesser of two evils and give nothing away, and decide for yourself. Let's start. Long ago, in a kingdom that never appeared on any map, there ruled a proud and powerful king. This king had invented a strange form of justice. When a person was accused of a serious crime, their guilt or innocence was not decided by judges or by evidence. Instead, the accused was led into a great public arena and made to stand before two tall, identical doors. Behind one door waited a fierce tiger. Behind the other stood a lady, chosen to become the accused's husband or wife at once. The prisoner had to choose a door, alone, with no clue at all. To the accused, it must have felt like being caught on the horns of a dilemma, trapped between two choices that were equally terrible. On one side, a violent end. On the other, a lifetime bound to a total stranger. Now, this king had a daughter, a princess with a spirit as fierce as her father's, and the princess had fallen deeply, secretly in love with a young man who served in the palace. He was brave and handsome, but he was of humble birth, far below her rank, so their love had to be hidden. For a while it was, but secrets rarely survive in a palace, and one day the king discovered them. He was furious. The young man was thrown into prison, and a date was set for his trial in the arena. In that kingdom, no accused person was ever granted a charitable interpretation. That is, no one's case was ever read in the kindest possible light, and innocence was simply never assumed. The law was cold and simple. The doors alone would decide the young man's fate. The princess could not sit still and let blind chance kill the man she loved. She was clever, and she was determined. Using her influence and a little gold, she did something no one before her had managed. She learned the secret of the doors. She discovered exactly which door hid the tiger and which hid the lady. But her discovery brought her no peace. She also learned who the lady was, one of the most beautiful women at court, a woman the princess had long watched with jealous eyes. And so she found herself torn between two impulses, pulled in two opposite directions at once. One part of her longed to save his life. Another part burned at the thought of handing him, alive and smiling, to a rival she could not bear. Let's pause the story and look at three phrases from what you just heard. First, on the horns of a dilemma. A dilemma is a hard choice between two options, and when both options are painful, you are caught on the horns of a dilemma, squeezed between two outcomes that are equally bad, with no comfortable way out. The accused in the arena is on the horns of a dilemma, death on one side, a forced marriage on the other. Second, a charitable interpretation. To be charitable here does not mean giving money, it means judging someone in the kindest way. When you give an action a charitable interpretation, you read it in the most generous, forgiving light instead of assuming the worst. In our story, the king's cruel law never allows the accused a charitable interpretation. Third, torn between two impulses. An impulse is a sudden, strong urge to act. When you're torn between two impulses, two opposite urges pull at you at the same time, like wanting to speak up and wanting to stay silent. The princess is torn between saving her love and losing him to another. At last the day of the trial arrived. Crowds filled the arena under a burning sun, packed shoulder to shoulder on the stone tiers, hungry for the drama to come. The king took his high seat. A signal was given, and the young man stepped out onto the open sand. A gasp ran through the crowd, for he was tall and beautiful, and many had never guessed that love was the reason he stood there. I won't describe every cruel detail of that place. Some things are better left to the imagination, and you can picture the fear in that silent arena better than I can paint it. The young man walked slowly forward and stopped before the two doors. Then, as everyone knew he would, he turned his eyes upward, straight to the princess. He knew her well. He knew that a woman of her fire would never rest until she had learned the secret of the doors. He was certain she knew, at this very moment, which door hid the tiger and which hid the lady. The only question left was whether she would tell him. He had to steel himself, to gather his courage and prepare for the worst, before he could even meet her eyes. When he finally looked up, his gaze asked a single silent question. Which door? She had been waiting for exactly that look. Leaning forward, pale and rigid, she alone in all that vast crowd knew the answer. and every eye that mattered was now fixed, not on the doors, but on the small, still figure of the princess above the arena. For days and nights, the princess had lived through this moment in her mind. She had imagined every version of it, and each one tortured her. If she pointed him to the tiger, she would watch the man she loved die before her eyes, and she was not sure she could survive it. But if she pointed him to the lady, she would watch him live, marry, and walk away happy with a woman she hated. To the princess, there was no clean choice, only the lesser of two evils, the less painful of two terrible outcomes. Which was the smaller wound? To lose him to death or to lose him to another woman's arms? She had wept, she had raged, and somewhere in those long nights she had reached a decision. No one would ever be certain what it cost her. Her face gave nothing away, she kept her feelings so perfectly hidden that not one person in that crowd could read her heart. But when his eyes found hers, she made one tiny, rapid movement of her right hand. Quick and slight, meant for him alone, he saw it at once. Without a moment's hesitation, he turned and walked toward the door on the right. His whole life now hung in the balance, the outcome completely uncertain, ready to fall either way. Every breath in the arena stopped. His hand reached the handle. He began to pull the door open. And here, exactly here, our story ends. Behind that door waits the lady or the tiger. Which one? The writer never tells us. The choice from this moment on belongs to you. Time for 5 more phrases. First, leave something to the imagination. When you leave something to the imagination, you don't describe every detail, you let the listener fill in the rest. A good storyteller often leaves the scariest parts to the imagination. Second, steel yourself. To steel yourself is to prepare your mind for something hard or painful. You make yourself as strong as steel before difficult news. Third, the lesser of two evils. When both choices are bad, the lesser of two evils is the one that hurts a little less. Fourth, give nothing away. If you give nothing away, you hide your true feelings completely, so no one can guess what you think. A skilled card player gives nothing away. And fifth, hang in the balance. When something hangs in the balance, its outcome is completely uncertain and could go either way, like a result not yet decided. At the door, the young man's life hangs in the balance. So there we must leave it, with his hand on the door. Remember the young man caught on the horns of a dilemma, and the princess torn between two impulses, forced to choose the lesser of two evils, her face giving nothing away as his life hung in the balance. Now the real question is yours. Did she send him to the lady or to the tiger? Here's one line for each side. For the lady, true love wants the beloved to live, even in another's arms, so put the most charitable interpretation on her signal and read it as love. For the tiger, fierce jealousy might rather see him dead than lost forever to a rival. So tell me in the comments, the lady or the tiger? Say which and say why. Thank you for listening to English Story Lab. If this story left you arguing with yourself, that's exactly the point and the perfect reason to hear another. Right now, another tale is waiting for you on the screen. Press play and keep your English flowing while these 8 new phrases are still fresh in your mind. The more stories you listen to, the more natural these words become. So don't stop here, go straight to the next one, and let's keep learning together. If you enjoyed this, subscribe so you never miss a story, and I'll see you in the comments, where the great debate is just beginning. The lady or the tiger?